Coming up on Cave Story Part 2, we'll be talking about Time Crisis 5, the old PC game Theme Park, Pachinko machines, and Joe had a bad week.
Aww.
Welcome to GS. My name's One Monitor Joe.
My name's Ed. Why are you one
We're
monitor?
we're in the bushlands.
We are.
Back in the bushlands.
Would you like to
with
provide
the owls?
Would you?
Now, if you don't know a lot about owls, they're actually worshipped by a secret government called the Illuminati. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but yeah, owls are a symbol of the Illuminati. And there's actually a house near here.
No.
In a town near here where they have owl statues everywhere.
No.
Yep. Yeah, it's an Illuminati cave.
Cave?
As they call it. Yeah, that's where that's where they have their meetups.
Wait, is the Illuminati real or is it a joke?
It's a secret government that worship an owl.
They worship one owl?
Owls, I suppose. I don't know.
Oh. Why?
I don't know. I don't really know much about it. It's kind of just crazy talk for kooks.
Oh. Well, if you're part of the Illuminati, leave a comment and tell us about it.
Yeah. Is it like the Stonecutters from that episode of The Simpsons?
Yeah, what did they do? Was that a real thing? That was
the Globetrotters? No, those are that's a basketball team.
Right.
A real basketball team.
Are you part of a secret organization? If you are, tell us why, and tell us secrets. I think we have to get more jellyfish juice. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's the jellyfish.
Come here, jellyfish. Yeah.
Get him, quick, get him.
Suck it, nerd. There we go.
And that's what we needed.
We need jellyfish juice and charcoal. Oh yeah, this sucks. You actually have to use this jellyfish juice twice. So we just got it. We have to go back to the house at the beginning of the area, put out the fire to get the charcoal, and then come back and get more jellyfish juice.
A lot of retracing in this title.
Yeah. I know. I just said
that.
Yeah. I just said it sucked. It doesn't really suck. I was being over dramatic. It's okay. There's something within the ashes. Oh yeah, it's charcoal. The ashes. What are you going to use that charcoal for? That's a very ominous question.
I'm gonna cook a steak. Shut up, Mimiga. You're the one that lives in the middle of a bunch of bricks with owls engraved into them. Creep.
Creep?
But there really is a house near here that has owl statues everywhere. It's odd.
Is it like on the way to somewhere that I would have seen it?
I don't know. Maybe you didn't notice. You probably would have noticed if you were looking out for owl statues like I always am.
Is it like near your place or?
Yeah, closer to my house.
Yeah, I'll have to look out for it. It must be the work of the Illuminati. I can't think of another plausible explanation.
I don't know. Speaking of other venues in the area, I recently visited David and Bustard's.
David and Bustard's, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
it's called Dave and Buster's. It's a chain of arcade bars. They have a bar and an arcade. Now, I haven't been in there in a long time. Ed and I went there when we were kids to play Time Crisis 2, but they had it was broken.
They always are.
The guns didn't work properly.
Yeah.
The next time I went to a David and Buster's was probably 5 years ago, and it was all redemption garbage games. It was nothing really worth seeing. Kind of just a shitty bar with some with a bunch of redemption games. I don't know. It's boring.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Went there earlier this week. What a joy.
Yeah?
What a fun time was had.
So
by all in attendance.
Huh. Okay. Tell me more.
It's not just redemption games. They do have some redemption games. They have a decent amount. And they have, dumb prizes and other things you would expect from an arcade. So it's fun for kids. But it's also a lot of really interesting evolutions in arcade technology, I would say, that I've missed out on from not going to modern arcades for the last 5 years. Haven't been in Japan in the last 5 years. And the arcades at the New Jersey shore aren't particularly advanced. They pretty much have the same shit that they had in the 90s. And yeah, Dave & Buster's I assumed was all redemption stuff for kids. Or adult kids. But it's, they had some fun stuff there, including one game which really caught my eye called Time Crisis 5.
I've been looking forward to this, Joe. I want to hear all about Time Crisis. I didn't know there was a Time Crisis 5.
If you know Ed and I, you know that we're gigantic fans of Time Crisis, particularly Time Crisis 2. We follow the lore. We mainly follow it for the lore.
The lore!
Yeah, Ed and I are Time Crisis 2 experts. We know pretty much every nook and cranny of that game and get high scores every time we play it.
And the lore is...
I knew it.
To brag.
I knew it. Those maniacs have got the military satellite.
Speaking of the military satellite...
And they're moving it by train!
The first level...
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, where should I start? Okay, let's start with the gameplay.
Alright.
How did they... You know, every iteration of Time Crisis, they change it a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? The first game is a light gun game with a pedal,
Right.
That lets you hide. Right? You press the pedal, you come out of hiding. You release the pedal, you go back into hiding. Pretty basic. Time Crisis 2, 2-player mode. 2 characters, which each take different hiding spots in each scene.
Pretty crazy.
Crazy, right? Time Crisis 3 adds 3 additional guns that you can swap between while you're in hiding. You get a machine gun, a shotgun, and a grenade launcher. Time Crisis 4 added a bunch of basically QTE nonsense to it that was, it kind of sucked. We played it, remember? We played a bunch of it, but...
Oh, okay, I don't remember it that well.
Yeah, not great. Time Crisis 5?
Yeah?
Try to guess what they added. Don't try to guess what they added.
Alright, I have no idea.
What could they iterate on in Time Crisis that would make it new and interesting? 2 pedals.
What? No. What? No.
2 pedals.
No.
That's right. The main characters in Time Crisis 5 happen to have a superpower which allows them to move really quickly between 2 hiding places.
What?
And one of the first things they do, it's actually pretty well designed, one of the first things they do in the game is they send these enemies at you that have like SWAT riot shields. They're like a SWAT team with riot shields.
Okay.
And you can switch hiding spots to turn 90 degrees from them, so you can instantly flank them around their shields. So you can, and then they'll turn to face you with their riot shields and try to shoot you, and you can flank them the other way. Very interesting. You can move between 2 different hiding spots in any section of the game. What? By using different pedals. It's a light gun game. If you've never played Time Crisis, it's a light gun game. Probably should have said that up front.
Alright. But is it a 2-player game still?
It's a 2-player game. Yep. 2 screens and you can each switch between 2 hiding spots in each area.
Does it work? Does it actually work though?
I only played for 2 credits. I got to the end of the first mission. I would say yes, it works. I would say it's very fun.
That's amazing.
My experience with it was that it was fun, and I think that you and I need to take a trip over to David & Buster's pretty soon and experience this in all of its 2-player glory. I didn't want to spoil it too much playing it by myself.
Because I gotta say, on the surface, that doesn't sound... It sounds like I don't know how to feel about it, you know? Like, is that cool or not?
From playing it for 2 credits, I had fun. I thought it was pretty good.
Huh.
This is a very, very brief review, though, from playing the game for probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta
Also,
go
it's really long. It has 6 areas in it, and I only got to the end of the first one, and it took like 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
So I think it's pretty long. Also, at the beginning of the game, you have an option to start at the 4th level.
What? Alright.
So the game's... That's probably an admission that the game is overly long, that you're allowed to start halfway into the game.
Why would you? That doesn't
as
even make
an
sense.
option at the beginning of the game. I guess it's probably to practice. And if you don't want to practice the beginning of the game over and over again just to practice level 4 through 6.
But they want your quarters.
They do want your quarters, but I think at some point you're just being a real dick by robbing people of their quarters just to play the early part of your game again and again, just to get some practice at the end.
2 pedals.
2 pedals, yeah. I enjoyed it. You also have the gun switching mechanic from Time Crisis 3 and 4, and yeah, it's 2 players.
Is it like mandatory? That you switch between?
Oh yeah,
pedals?
Yeah, it's mandatory.
There are certain, you can't just stay on one pedal the whole time?
No, you can't. You cannot. You need to dodge a lot.
Huh.
Yeah, you use it to dodge also. You use it to get out of harm's way as well as to flank enemies and get a better advantage on specific enemies and targets.
That's an interesting evolution.
It does also have some goofy QTE style events where you have to shoot
Oh.
specific places in order for a funny event to happen.
Alright. But overall, pretty good, huh?
Overall, they have 2 new characters as the main characters, as they usually do. They are more flamboyant than the characters from Time Crisis 4, as those were more flamboyant than the characters from 3, and so on and so forth.
They always are. Alright, I'm with you so far, man.
And Robert's back.
No.
Robert from Time Crisis 2. I don't know why. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about this. I don't know who is as interested in Time Crisis lore as Joe and Ed from GameSoup.
Lore. Yeah, nobody.
Robert is one of the main player characters from Time Crisis 2. He's back. He's a squad leader this time. He kind of leads the 2 new guys around. Right. He's an older guy. The game takes place in modern time, so he's a little bit older now. He's like, well, 20 years older, right?
Okay.
So he's like in his 40s now, I guess. But Robert's back, and guess who else is back?
Keith.
No.
Who?
Wild Dog.
Ah!
Wild Dog was a boss in the first Time Crisis game as well as the second Time Crisis game, and again, he's a boss here, and he is 20 years older, and he is looking haggard.
He was already old.
I shot him in the face 60, and then probably more than 60 times.
Oh my god.
Probably about 30,000 times. And this is a boss fight that does not end. I actually didn't kill him. I was fighting him for about 6 minutes.
Oh my god.
He kind of chased him through the level, though. Anyway, Wild Dog's back. This is kind of a geek out thing for Joe and Ed. Sorry about that. But, you know, Time Crisis 5, check it out. Me and Ed are going to check it out again. Maybe we'll record us playing it. We recorded us playing Time Crisis 2, but we never posted it.
I was just going to say, I actually have that footage still. If you and I think we one credited, or we both no-hit it. I can't remember.
We both no-hit it, yeah.
I think we did.
And we got a high score. We might have got, I don't know. We got a pretty good score.
And I still have that footage, and I would like to upload it. But it's really nerdy. I don't know if anybody would even want to see it. I don't know. Maybe it's nice to just have all the internet, though. At some point. In fact, I want to watch that. You want to watch it real quick? Or you just want to keep playing Cave Story?
Let's just keep playing Cave Story.
Alright. I'm counting on you.
Because I want to tell you about some of the other titles, the other arcade games that they had at David and Buster's.
So, wait. Before we leave the topic of Time Crisis 5.
Yeah, sure.
Is it the same layout as Time Crisis 2 where there's a screen and a gun for player 1 and then a screen and a gun for player 2?
Yeah.
So it's 2 players and there's 4 pedals total.
4 pedals total, yeah. 2 for each player.
And do the gun cons, do they have... Are they gun cons? Be honest. Are they gun cons?
No. They have like a rumble to them when you fire, but they don't click-clack like the old Time Crisis 2 guns. Unfortunately.
0. 0 out of 10. That's what I rate it. What do we have to do to get this?
The feedback is fine. Also, I don't think that you can pull the trigger rapidly as you can in the old Time Crisis games. I think that there's a limiter on the amount of bullets you can fire per second.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I don't either. But I tried rapid firing and it didn't seem to be working as I remembered it working in TC2, Time Crisis 2.
Well, alright. We'll have to try it out sometime because... I don't know. Because we will. We'll just try it out.
So I viewed the trip to David and Buster's as kind of a... It was an interesting experience in game design and seeing how arcade games have evolved, and it's design that could be applicable to designing for any platform, but just to see the creativity of how they've come up with new ways to bring players into the arcades. Because you can play all the best games at home now, let's face it.
Right.
All the best games you can play at home. So how are they gonna... What else can they do besides light gun games and racing games, which they have in spades there. And boy, is Mario Kart fun.
Mario Kart? Isn't there an arcade version?
Yeah, the Mario Kart arcade version, very fun. Played that a few times. I don't know, I don't really have much else to say about it. I mean, it doesn't have anything really spectacularly different than any other arcade racing game, but...
Yeah, I mean, what place
I
is
had
there?
a lot of fun playing it.
What place is there for Mario Kart in an arcade? It's a console game, you know, like it's a console racing game.
Yeah,
Does it work?
You know, you sit in the pit and you're sitting in the cockpit of the car, as they call it.
They do.
They also had this really cool flight simulation type of game that I didn't play because I ran out of credits or whatever they call them there.
Oh,
but it was like a big, like the screen was like 180 degrees around you, and
Okay.
top to bottom like a half sphere, hemisphere as they call it. Looked pretty neat. I sat in it and just watched like the demo. Looked pretty neat. So I'm gonna check that one out probably next time I go over there. I played Luigi's Mansion.
What? No.
There's a Luigi's Mansion arcade game. It actually came out in 2016, I think. It's a couple years old.
How is that a game?
But it's a light gun game, except that the controllers are vacuums. You know, like Luigi's Mansion. It's pretty unique. I mean, it's not something that I would get like addicted to and try to master, but definitely fun to play once or twice. Like this is perfect arcade game. And it has 2 buttons on the vacuum cleaner. It has suck and like a flash button that you can charge. So if the enemies turn invisible, you can flash them visible and then suck them in.
That's amazing.
So it's like the Luigi's Mansion. You know, it's like Luigi's Mansion for GameCube, kind of, but it's done in a shooter.
I never heard of that
Done as
before.
a light gun shooter. Yeah,
That's amazing.
it's interesting. Worth playing at least once or twice just to check it out. Played a few credits of it, and you can suck in all the coins. You can find secret coins by sucking into like a lamp or something. Like you might see a lamp in the corner, and you can just hit that suck button, and it'll suck all the coins out of the lamp. What else? We played the new Tomb Raider shooting game.
There's a
Light
Tomb
gun
Raider
shooting game. Yeah.
light gun game.
It's for the new movie.
There's
I
a
guess
new
it's
movie?
based on the new movie, but it has all the cutscenes from one of the from one of the Tomb Raider games that came out in the last couple of years. I forget what it was called, but they used like the same story and cutscenes, I think, from it.
Oh.
I recognized it, but not that great. The enemies kind of just come out and stand in one spot, and you shoot them, and you're used to like Time Crisis 2 where the enemies ragdoll and fly all over the fucking place, but not so here. They just stand and almost don't react at all to the massive amount of bullets that you have to put into them to make them fall over. And there's so many wolves too. Way too many wolves.
So many wolves. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Tomb Raider does now.
Yeah,
wolves.
pretty much a staple in the Tomb Raider series, but too many, even for Tomb Raider. But it's on a gigantic screen. I don't know, it was fine. It was fun, but yeah, the character animation's a little not that great, and the enemies, they kind of just stand there soaking in like 100 bullets before they fall over. Should I do one more game review?
Yeah, please.
Okay, I'll do one more game review. I had a big list of all the games I played, but I can't review them all. I played Mario and Sonic 2016 Olympic Games Rio.
What?
I don't know if that's the exact title, but it was all those words were in the title. Mario and Sonic. And you pick a Mario character or a Sonic character, and then you pick one of these triathlon type of events. You can pick the 100-meter dash, you can pick swimming, you can pick trampoline. So I tried trampoline and 100-meter dash. Now this game, you stand on a pad. You stand on like a weight-sensitive platform, right?
Okay.
And then there are 2 gigantic joysticks in front of you that a kid could reach. This is a good game for kids, I'm gonna say, but I had fun playing it. And on each joystick, there's 1 button. So for the trampoline game, what you have to do is every time the character is about to hit the trampoline, you just gotta jump on the platform. Right?
Oh, okay.
So if you time it right, if you jump at the right time, you get to jump higher or something like that. And then when you're in the air, it's you have to press the joysticks in the correct direction that you'll see on the screen. So it's like like a DDR or a Guitar Hero kind of not quite it's not a rhythm game, but you just have to press a QTE event.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Something like that. And your character does tricks on the screen. So it's just interesting. It's an interesting control scheme, I guess. And they try to figure out ways to work with a pressure-sensitive pad that you stand on and 2 joysticks with buttons on them, right? So they do a bunch of different kinds of games with that. And then the 100-meter dash was you just have to run. Like if you remember, what the hell was it called? The pad.
The NES
For
Power
NES.
Pad.
The Power Pad, yeah.
There you go.
It's like the Power Pad for NES where you just have to like move your feet to run. So that was kind of dumb. I actually thought that was kind of stupid. But the trampoline game was pretty fun. And then, yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Mario and Sonic, 2016 Olympic Games Rio. It's probably worth giving a shot. And probably would be a great game for kids, especially.
Should we get the machine gun, or should we...
Yeah, get the machine gun.
Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it. Not ideal, not the best.
Not for the best ending, but...
It's okay.
This is what we want to show, though. It's the best...
Yeah, it is the best
It's the most fun thing. Oh, we have to upgrade it, right?
Yeah.
To get the... to be able to fly with it.
Oh, look, a dog. Yeah, we're gonna... Oh, this, by the way, is the best song in the game. Not the one in the house, but the one outside the house.
Oh, I was gonna say, because doesn't sound like any song playing at all.
This one. This is called Meltdown 2. Apparently there was a version called Meltdown 1, which is, I don't know, not in the game or something. And it kind of sounds like... It sounds like a beta version of this song, you know? Like with different instrumentation and stuff. But anyway, the machine gun is one of the greatest items in the game because it lets you fly. Oh no, I messed it up.
But not yet.
Not yet.
And what a joy to control.
What a joy.
Would you say that?
I would. Oh, I was...
Oh yeah, those fucking Crocs.
I was supposed to trick him, but my reflexes weren't fast enough.
Well, not all of us can have cat-like reflexes.
Oh, not all of us. Yeah, we got to go to Dave & Buster's then. I think the last time I was there was with you, like 15...
It was a long time ago. We went to the one in the city.
Yeah, it must have been 15 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Oh, wait, no, that was right. And I remember they had like 2 copies of every arcade game, and they had Time Crisis 2, I think.
Yeah, but it was busted.
Yeah, oh, yeah, you already said that. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, those click-clack, recoil on those guns. There's something special. And I'll be real sad when those are all gone. When they don't make those Namco guns anymore. But you know, Namco's new favorite pastime is ripping off Dark Souls. With their game Code Vein, which has the tagline, "Prepare to dine." Dine, D-I-N-E. Well, they published Dark Souls, you know, and then they published the PC version, which was called Prepare to Die. And so Code Vein, they're marketing it with the tagline, Prepare to Dine, as if it's somehow a spin-off or a parody of Dark Souls, but it's like an anime vampire game. Which so far seems to have nothing to do with Dark Souls. Or difficulty at all. So it's they really just borrowing that tagline, you know? Kind of shamelessly.
Borrowing.
Do I sound bitter? Because I'm a little bitter. Anyway. So, Sand Zone. What else? What else?
What else about Sand Zone?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh! Oh, that was you. I thought it was a spider. Wait, can you get up here? You can, right? I forget. I know I'm doing this all wrong. There we go. Yeah, for some reason these paw print blocks are always you can walk
They're
through
always
them.
secrets. You gotta always be on the lookout for those paw prints. There's a little tip for you.
It's a strange thing with their paw prints. Although it does make sense later because that's when you're looking for puppies. That's the next area. Oh! Yeah, so we'll go to Dave & Buster's. There's one near us, I think. Relatively.
That's the one I went to.
Is it? I imagine it's smaller than the one in the city.
I guess so.
It must be. Oh, this is a boss. Damn it, I didn't upgrade my guns. Alright, well, we'll try to make do with what we have. Which is level 1 level 1 machine gun.
But it's better than a Pachinko parlor. That's for sure. You ever been in a Pachinko parlor, Ed?
No.
Wait, you haven't?
I actually haven't.
Oh, I used to go in them all the time, but I only played once. I like to see the machines, though. interesting. It's an interesting kind of place. Sometimes I'd be on the way to the train station in the morning. It'd be like, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning. And I had to walk by a Pachinko parlor because, you know, it's Japan. And you would walk by a Pachinko parlor, at least one, anywhere you go.
Yeah.
And, you know, you would look inside, and there'd just be an old lady in there, just chain-smoking cigarettes, playing Pachinko at 9 a.m.
At 9 a.m.?
What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? It's just a very sad...
I mean, that's what they do, I guess.
Very, very... I mean, you have to be really a sad person to be sitting in a Pachinko parlor at 9 a.m.
No, I don't
on a
know.
Tuesday.
That doesn't make you sad.
Ed, don't defend them.
Maybe she lost her
Don't
husband.
defend her.
Maybe she has depression. Maybe she has more money to burn. That doesn't mean she's sad.
Well,
Was she smoking a cigarette? Because I guarantee you she was, right?
that's why I said she was smoking a cigarette.
You
yeah.
said that already? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I wasn't listening. Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, you'd see an old man in there. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if it's a woman or a man. I just use a woman for the example. But
Oh, no.
you know, you'd see these really sad-looking people.
I don't know. I feel like
Just launching balls into a machine.
well, like there's no casinos in Japan because gambling is illegal, right? So, is it the same when you go to a casino here? You think, oh, what sad people these are.
Well, at 9 a.m., I guess.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
that was kind of the key part.
Yeah, actually, when you put it that way, which is the way you put it the first time, I just didn't listen. Yeah, I guess you're right. 9 a.m. Was it crowded? Or was it just her?
Not really.
It was just one old lady.
I guess. I don't know. It's a very old memory.
Yeah.
So I don't really know.
I imagine those places are.
Still very common. It's still very packed.
Yeah,
With people trying to win these prizes so that they can go to the pawn shop next door and trade those prizes in for cash, which will never add up to the amount of money that they spent on buying those balls to put in those machines. But you know, doggone it, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep being addicted to smoking, and they're going to keep putting balls into machines and launching them into the machines. What can I say?
I think you've said it.
It's Pachinko by Konami.
By Konami. What?
Well, that's what they make.
That's all they make now, right? Apparently.
It's kind of sad, though. I would really like to see another Castlevania title.
Yeah, I mean their only franchises were Metal
if it-
Gear and Castlevania now. And
Even if it's a 3D Castlevania game, I liked Lords of Shadow too. I don't care what anyone says.
I care what people say. I don't want my opinion to be disliked. No, I'm just kidding.
As far as popular game franchises, one of my favorites.
Yeah, Castlevania kind of fell off, didn't it?
Yeah,
Like
there hasn't been a Castlevania game.
They did the 3D ones, which were never as well received as the good
I mean,
ones.
I'll take a Metroidvania over Lords of Shadow 2 any day, but I did enjoy Lords of Shadow 2. Not as much as the first Lords of Shadow, though.
Oh no, we have to find... What's her name? Venka? Jenka. Jenka's damn dogs.
Joe's week just got a lot better.
Oh yeah, you
For
were
a
gonna...
reason I will not reveal.
Right. Well, let's just say you've had a tough time this week. That's all I'll say. That's not even helpful. Never mind.
I can tell some of the stories of why my week went badly, some of the minor annoyances that happened above the gaping wreckage that is that is my being.
I see a dog.
My second monitor broke. Oh, I guess we'll go over the story now of why they call me One Monitor Joe now.
Oh yeah, you introduced that last episode with that, and we never explained it.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll explain it now.
All right.
Yeah, one of my monitors broke. I don't know. I spent a couple hours trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with it, and I was supposed to bring it over to Ed's today to test it on his PC. See if we could figure it out over here. I think it's just broken.
It sounds.
I tried
like
a lot of shit.
Yeah. Oh no, I keep taking damage. But the point is to not take damage. I want that machine gun. So it's just broken. Like what happened? You just woke up one morning and it didn't turn on?
Yeah, that is exactly what happened. I worked the night before. I turned off the computer, put it to sleep or whatever, and then the next morning, only one monitor.
You know, my second monitor here on your right, Joe.
Yeah, I see it.
It goes through periods where it doesn't turn off or on. Where the display, I mean, like the thing itself will still work, but the display itself will either be stuck on or stuck off. But it always seems to go back to normal after a while, so maybe that's just a thing that happens with monitors.
This is an old monitor. This is an Acer.
It's very old, yeah.
You see, I have two Asuses because, I'm balling here. But...
Are they good? I don't even know.
No, I was kind of just kidding. But I don't know, what monitor is considered the top brand? I don't know if there is one.
My main monitor is a BenQ. I've had only good things with it. I had only good, what's the thing? How do you say it? It's good. I like it.
I tried to get to the same one. I guess that was the only reason.
Oh. Get out of here. Yeah, I got a BenQ 27-inch monitor when it was on super sale.
Yeah.
For, I forget, like 4 or 5 years ago. Good deals, man. You can't ever go back, too. Once you have a 27-inch or 25-inch monitor, you can never go lower than that.
Oh, yeah, your monitor's bigger than mine. I have a smaller one than this.
You just get used to it, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like, this is your new normal, and you can never go... I thought there were spikes down there. You can never go back.
I guess mine's like 24 inches, maybe? Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's plenty big.
It's smaller. It's definitely smaller than this one.
Like, I remember seeing those iMacs that they made with the 27 or 30-inch monitors or whatever, where it's just the whole computer is just a screen, you know, and the screen itself is huge. Those seemed ungodly large. Oh, what am I doing? How do I get up there?
Yeah, I just feel like if you're right up into it, you don't really need it to be that much bigger. Like, you can sit back a little bit further from it, I guess, if it's bigger. But
yeah,
I'm like right up on my monitor the way that my setup is.
Although,
is this a thrilling conversation or no?
I gotta say, I always want it to be bigger because I'm sort of blind, which may have something to do with the fact that I'm always face up in my monitor. You know, got my face rammed right up in there, which is sort of a cycle. You know. Uh oh, birds. Oh, birds. Dead birds. Oh my god, I died.
We gotta keep going.
We did just save, yeah. I think I should stop shitting around and actually try to win the game.
Alright. Great. Oh yeah, I was late for GS today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I couldn't find my bag that has all my stuff. I bring a controller over and there's some herbs in there.
What?
Tea.
Oh, tea. Tea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tea. And
we're not as cool as that.
My show notes were in there, and I could not find this fucking bag. I was so pissed. I hate looking for shit. I don't know if anyone else out there is like that. Leave them in the comments if you are.
Yeah,
leave your pet peeves in the comment, because mine is looking for shit. Looking for shit that should be where I left it. So I looked all over my house. I called Ed twice, asking him, did I leave that bag over there? And then I called him back. I was like, are you sure I didn't leave that bag over there? With all my shit in there? So I'm looking around and around, and then I think, what if I just threw it out by mistake? I go outside, look in my garbage can. There's the bag.
In the garbage can.
Probably out in the rain and shit. But there it was. Controller and everything in there intact.
But why?
Because I threw it out. That's why.
How did you throw it out?
I don't fucking know. I was probably pondering the
Son of a bitch.
the effects of decentralization on the future of humanity, and I was taking out the trash at the same time, and I threw out the bag that had my expensive controller and all my stuff that I bring over to Game Soup.
Oh! Oh, we have to go up and around.
Yeah. There you go.
I forgot. I love this room. This is like one of my favorite rooms in the game. I love this room, and I love the execution chamber.
Why do you love the execution chamber?
Because it's deadly. I don't know. Because it's interesting. It's like a puzzle room, you know? These are both puzzle rooms. Hey, I'm just standing here. Bitch. This is the first of 5, dogs. I wonder, are we actually going to complete this game? It's longer than I thought it was. Actually, this zone is particularly long because you have to find 5 dogs and deliver each of them individually back to Jenka. You know?
Nothing wrong with that.
And the enemies respawn every...
I wonder if you're holding the dog when you respawn. Let's find out.
No, because it goes to your last save point.
Yeah, that's where you just saved, though. You had the dog in your hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did!
Yeah, you get your doggy.
I did!
What a cute guy.
I thought I was going to lose like 10 minutes of progress. I wonder what Pixel's up to these days anyway. Is he still making games? I hope so.
I don't know, there was Carol Blaster and what else?
I don't know. After Carol Blaster, I don't remember hearing anything.
There was that Squid Game, but that was before Carol Blaster, right? I think so, yeah. Pretty sure that Squid Game was like right after Cave Story. It's kind of blurry. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Don't hold us to this.
Although Carol Blaster was just recently released on Steam, and by recently I mean like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think it was a couple years, but you know,
yeah,
in
still.
Pixel time, that's pretty recent. I mean, this guy's got a history of 15 years of gaming. He made fucking Cave Story. Christ.
Yeah, how does it feel to be the guy who made Cave Story? My God.
Probably how it feels to make the game Joe and Ed are gonna make.
Can you imagine? What an undertaking. Oh wait.
Yeah, it's kind of an undertaking. It's kind of silly to think you're gonna make the next Cave Story, because Cave Story was made at a very specific time and place and captured a specific audience.
Oh!
And boy did it capture us. It remains a part of gaming history.
It was the perfect indie game for the perfect point in indie gaming. If that makes any sense. Oh yeah!
Was Pixel like a NEET or something?
I don't know. I don't actually know. Why, because he had all the time in the world to like make a game and stuff?
Spent like 4 years making Cave Story as far as I know. So yeah, tonight we were thinking about playing either Cave Story or Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu for the NES. So which one would you have voted for?
Also, Mario RPG was on that list, right?
And Super Mario RPG, but we did just come off of another very long RPG LP.
Yeah.
And I persuaded Ed to not start another very long LP. So here we are with Cave Story.
And like, I wasn't... Oh,
fucking shit.
Joe and I were talking earlier on G-Chat, and I was sort of joking about Cave Story. I said I would be down to play Mario RPG or Cave Story, or just, you know, because we didn't have much else planned for today.
Yeah, we really didn't, which is odd. Usually we have a bunch planned. But not tonight.
No. And I certainly didn't expect to be here playing Cave Story on a Sunday night. Ha 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 ha! So we gotta find these dogs, dude. What?
That laugh. It's almost as if it was completely unrelated to the game.
Oh, God.
Oh, I wanted to give while we're this late into the episode, I wanted to do another segment
Oh, yeah?
called Shoutouts to Overlooked Wild Games of the Past.
Oh!
Some of the games that we played, I looked over our list, because I was thinking about stuff we could talk about today. This is a pretty quick topic, but I found 3 games on our Wild Game Peers playlist that I thought were severely overlooked and were really solid games that I would like to give a shout out.
Alright, fair enough.
First game on that list is Skeleton Boomerang. It's a really neat side-scroller. Has good art. It was provided to us by our friend Alt. He's on our Discord server. Oh yeah, I guess I can promote our Discord server. We haven't done that in a long time. But check us out on Discord. The link is in the description below if you want to join. It's still pretty active. I hang out there usually a couple times a week. I pop in. Just come hang out with us, alright? Please.
Hey, remember when we used to plug the Patreon?
Oh yeah.
We just don't do it at all.
Yeah, we have a Patreon and a PayPal that no one uses. I don't know. But, I mean, there's some guys are still donating on the Patreon. So thanks to those guys, and thank you if you decide to contribute to the Patreon.
I just kept forgetting to plug it. You know?
Yeah, me too. And so the number 2 game on that list.
Oh yeah,
Blossom Tales. Now this game is very similar to A Link to the Past. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Good lord, is it similar to Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. But if you like that game, you've already beaten it, check out Blossom Tales. It's pretty cheap. It's on Steam. And I think it was criminally overlooked. Like, very professionally, well done game. Really can't say anything bad about it.
You know, since we made that episode, there have been several times where I've heard that game mentioned in other contexts.
Oh, really?
Contexts.
Maybe it picked up since we played it, but I remember looking at it around the time when we played it, and it wasn't getting very much attention.
Yeah. I still don't think it got enough, but it got some contexts. How do you say that word now? Contexts.
Context.
No, context with an S on the end, plural.
Contexts.
Contexts.
Yeah, you can't really tell the difference.
Contexts. Anyway. Yeah.
And the last game on the list.
Yeah.
This is an older one. This is one from like a year and a half ago, probably. Okay. Thames Defiance.
Oh, yeah.
Did you think I was going to mention that one?
I hadn't thought of it.
Or did you think I was going to mention Oro, a monster bumping adventure? I was thinking about putting that on the list, but here it is. I guess it made the list.
Yeah.
I guess there are 4 games on the list now. Yeah, that was a fun one. That was like a puzzle game. But Thames Defiance was reminded me of Nights into Dreams for the Sega Saturn. It was a 3D game, but on a 2D platform. But you could run around in a circle around. So it used the 3D more effectively than a lot of games that are like 2.5D. And it had a very interesting concept to it. And I think that they used the 2.5D to a better effect than most 2.5D games do. The gameplay was really fun. Cool designs. I mean, not really anything bad to say about it. We had a lot of fun with that one. So, and I don't think it sold a lot of copies, which is very unfortunate. So, yeah, Skeleton Boomerang, Blossom Tales, Oro, a monster bumping adventure, which I think that sold decently, and Thames Defiance. So, you know, if you're looking for something new to play, you're looking for something creative, interesting, there's a shout out for you. There's a list if you want to check those games out. They're all on Steam.
There's also that one other game made by a couple of nerds.
No, I wasn't gonna mention it. I was trying to keep it classy.
I knew it. I was like, why isn't he saying it? Oh, you're right. Let's keep it classy. Keep it classy. Keep it classy. Actually, I was looking through my Steam library today, and remember, what was that game? Pankapu.
That was cool too.
That was an interesting looking game. Yeah.
I think that one did all right though. Maybe not. I don't remember. I feel like that got a little bit more coverage than the other ones I put on the list because I saw it. I was looking at the Wild Game Appears playlist. You can check out our playlists on the channel, which I haven't updated in a couple of weeks, but if you want to see all the Wild Game Appears episodes and all the LPs we've done, and also if you just want to skip past all the bullshit and see the just go straight to the analysis videos, there's a playlist for that too.
Bones! I'm throwing all my bones at you. Why would you do that?
Oh, I don't know.
Why would you throw your own bones at somebody else?
And why would you call anything on GS bullshit? Get over yourself.
Get over yourself?
So yeah, Joe had a bad week.
Oh yeah, Joe did have a bad week.
We already pretty much talked about. Well, my monitor broke. That was one of the icings on the cake. And I threw a bunch of my equipment out in the trash.
But no, that's the good news is that you found it.
That I found it though. Yeah.
It could have been so much worse if they.
Could have been so much worse. I would have taken it. I would have taken it out tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I would have taken it up to the curb tomorrow night without knowing.
Can you imagine?
If I hadn't thought to look in the garbage.
How did that happen?
I really don't know. I don't remember doing it at all.
Also, check this out. We finally got the machine gun.
Heck yeah. This is what we were trying to do.
The whole time. Now we can fly.
And you can fly until you run out of 100 bullets. That's a lot of flight time.
It is.
You can basically, you can fly. And it's really fun. You just press down and you hit shoot. Hit the shoot button.
Is this a dead end? I think it is. We gotta find some more doggies. That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's it for that one.
So now that we have the machine gun, we pretty much fly through this entire zone without the perilous platforming that I've been dying on a lot. You know, this game is still challenging after all these years. I'm still not good at it. Wait, have we gone in there? I think we have. Here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have to. Oh yeah, that was the first room. So my boy Hob, he beat the Dark Souls No Trilogy run this past week. I'm sure I've mentioned that on this channel before.
I think you have. Yeah.
This guy got he got some serious coverage this past week on Twitch and elsewhere. He had articles written about him on Kotaku and a bunch of other places about how he beat the whole Dark Souls trilogy without taking a single hit of damage. And he was one of the top viewed clips on Twitch this week. And now he's playing Bloodborne and he's just dying over and over and over and over and over. But he tried for a year to no-hit the trilogy, and he finally did it. And I was there for it, and it was a very intense...
I was there for it too.
You were?
Yeah, I tuned in because you linked it to me, and he was about to do it. And I was doing some other shit, but I put it on in the background, and I happened to look at the very last hit, so...
It was really... It was scary, because he had been at that point before, where he was on the very last boss of the trilogy, like 9.5 hours into a run, and then died to it. This is the second time he had gotten there, and this time, luckily, it involved parrying Gwyn twice, and he managed to nail both parries. Wait, this is totally the wrong way.
No, this is...
No. This, yeah, sorry. It was bad. It's bad. It's bad. So that was the most exciting thing that happened to me this past week. Which is pretty sad. Pretty damn sad. Also, Joe and I have been working behind the scenes on our next game, which I do not want to give any details on, right? I think it's probably a smart idea to not show anything until we're confident that it's ready to go, ready to be shown.
There's a monkey in it.
There is a monkey. And it is not a sequel to that other game that everybody loves, called Cave Story. It's not Cave Story 2. But Joe is Pixel. 2 more pups. Now I gotta say, I don't remember where either of these pups are.
So we're gonna call it.
We are. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Look how off-center that text is. That's off-center.
That's your fault.